Okay, so this is stage 5. This is by far the worst thing in the game. So this first section here, if you're copying the world record route, you're only going to have one charge shot here, and we want to save it to the end. So we're just going to kind of run through, kill a bunch of stuff here along the way, so we don't have to stop. This is the first part that sucks. These blackout screens suck, so what I do... Sorry, we'll just get back there. Put a save state here. So what I do is I kind of kick that enemy in the same pattern every time, so that it should line me up really close to the bottom of the platform. Oops. Screw that up. So close kick, and then you can just jump straight up. Close, close. Oh, I'm just a little bit... I was just a little bit before it. So then you can just jump straight up. Otherwise, you're going to run underneath it over here, and then you have to double back. But it's really easy to get lost here. Right before it. Yeah, I literally just tapped right and I was there. So you kind of just get a feel for it. But it's basically, when you do a close kick, like that, essentially right above where he lands is where you want to be jumping to. So run like just 1 or 2 steps forward, and then jump straight up and you'll make it on that platform. Like that. You can go faster than that, but it's really hard to just figure out where you are. Close, close, couple steps forward, and then you're good to go. So here, when the frog spawns, he lands... That was a little bit of a bad pause. Where he lands the first time, right there, is the platform you want to jump on. So what I do is I watch the frog, look where he lands, and then I jump to that and kick him. So he's going to jump right there, and then you can just go. He always drops health, so you don't have to hit him at all if you don't want to. So you can just go like that, and then just jump right through. But it's really just getting visual cues for this. You could also try and like run underneath where the bat is, but you're going to take a hit that way. And depending on your health management, it might be an issue. But where the bat swoops down is the other spot. And this one's kind of a little bit faster because you don't have to slow down at all. But you miss the chance to get the health drop, which you might need. So you can use one of the 2 visual cues depending on your health and how confident you are. I like to go for this one so I can replenish my health. Okay, that was bad. So I like to go for this guy. You know, it slows you down a little bit because you kind of have to be careful, but... Or you could shorten your jumps as well, I guess. So you could go like that, and then do a full jump over. But something like that. So I'm going to grab the health from this guy. And we'll save state here. So you can just jump over that, close kick this guy, really close kick, and then he won't hit you. Because if you kick him too early, then he starts jumping back at you. So like if I kick him there, he's going to hit me there because he's right underneath the platform. So if you kick him really close to the face, you'll never get hit there. So really close, and then you're up here. Actually, I'll set that up a bit better. We'll set it up at the top of the thing. Okay, so I'm on top after the elevator now. Put a save state here. And now we're going to walk off the pillar, and then we're going to land on a ledge, and then we're going to fall off the ledge. Like that. So now we're at the bottom. And as soon as you see the frogs start coming on screen, that's when you have to jump. Oh, sorry. Sorry, down here, and then a little jump. Sorry, down here, and then a big jump. God, where am I? Okay, so down here, take a few steps, big jump. And then basically as soon as the frog's on screen is when you're going to want to do a big jump to get up on top of the platform. Like that. So basically once he's resting on the ground. Oop, I didn't quite make it. And then you can kick him, and then you can get your sub-weapon. So there's a few ways you can do this. Later in this stage, I have a manipulation that lines up so that you get this sub-weapon every time, but it wastes about a second with the way that I do it. So if you want, if you get 9 kick here, you can preserve this right to the end of the game. You don't ever need to use a special attack for the rest of this stuff. If you get this, I mean, it kind of sucks, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. So let's get 9 kick here. Oh, of course, now I'm not going to be able to do it. Come on. Oh, now I can't get it. There we go. So now we got our 9 kick. Run underneath that guy and then go through the rest of this like normal. Kill these guys if you need to. That one you can just kick off the edge. And then you're going to jump up here. Oop. You're going to jump up here. So this is the only screen in the game where you don't want to hold jump off through the transition. So this entire screen next screen is filled with conveyor belts, and you want to ride them to maintain your momentum the entire way through. Sweet. And you want to stay on the conveyors as long as possible, and get back on them as early as possible. So you can kill these guys by punching early enough, so that they don't give you any damage. Or, sorry, deal any damage to you. Jump over that one, get down there and kill him. Ride these ones across the top as long as possible. Get on this one as early as possible. And you can double punch that guy without wasting any time. But the important thing is, get on these and stay on them as long as possible. Oops. If you don't like your sub-weapon that you got, you can always go down and kick this frog. But it's slow and I wouldn't really recommend it. Oop. I'm shorting my jump there. So ride this across. If you fall down, that's fine. Just get back up as quickly as possible. Jump over that one. You can damage boost through it if you're feeling confident, but don't worry about it. Get down here. You can either punch him down, or you can use your special attack. But if you're preserving your 9 kick, I wouldn't use your special attack. So something like this is perfectly fine. You can get slightly better boosts, but this is good. Use your special attack there if you want. That way you can ride the conveyor and jump off it when you need to. But if you got 9 kick on that first screen, I would personally preserve it as long as possible. All the way to the final boss. So we'll get down here. Whatever, we missed a punch, no big deal. Get up here, jump up. So the fastest way to do this is to jump up onto this one, do a little hop there, and then do that. Otherwise, you have to take like an extra jump to do everything. So ride these. I missed my jump there because I attacked too late, so it kind of ate my input. And I get hit a bunch of times there. Yeah, so if you attack too late, it kind of like eats your jump input. You're falling before it has a chance to register what's going on. Ride it, ride it. Get on early, stay on as long as possible. So here, what you want to do is jump up here, short jump, and then go over like that. I don't think it's possible to do this without doing that short jump, because you just barely miss it. You could. It's probably possible, but it's really tight. You see how like you have to react really fast. There we go. Before he starts pulling you back. Like even that, like that felt good, but it's a really tight jump. So you want to jump up here, short jump, and then away you go, ride the conveyor in. So this is the auto scroller, and you want to leave this with 27 or 28 orbs, depending on what you're doing. There's two different routes you can do here, and I'll show off the one that most people should do, which is taking your refill, your orb refill, after the laser climb. So while you're first learning the game, that's what you should be doing. So I've got 28 orbs now. That frog always drops health, so grab it if you need it. So this is setting myself up so that I have, I'll refill my orbs at the top after the lasers, before the dragon fight. So we'll put a save state here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 enemies on that screen. So you can, depending on what your orb count is, keep track of how many enemies you have to kill and dodge whatever you feel like. There's 2 routes you can take here now. So you can either refill your orbs and your health at the top of the laser climb, which gives you full health-ish going into the dragon fight, or you can refill your orbs on the first or second dragon, which is what I personally prefer to do. And I'll show you why. So first, laser climb. So that's a pretty much perfect laser climb right there. So hold jump through the transition and short it, and you need short, tight jumps. And you need to climb this as fast as possible. And here you need to go left. And then you're good. So the problem with that one part, if you go right, is you keep the laser on screen too long and you start taking damage. So here, next one. And this is all just about super tight jumping. See, there I went right instead of left, and I got hit by that laser. The only way you can beat it is by going left. That one I just kind of floated a bit too long. So left, left. Like that. If you're not fast enough to make it, just learn how to dodge everything. You'll start hemorrhaging time here. Okay, so I fell down. Alright, well now, Gotta kind of learn what we're doing. I might have been able to make that. Now we're gonna wait. It's really just more important that you preserve your health here than anything. Unless you feel you can make it through without losing too much health and dying before you get your refill. So this is a fast climb. We're gonna hold A and let go so that we can jump immediately. Jump straight up. Oh, I screwed that up. Hold A. We're gonna jump straight up here. We're gonna... Oh god! Jump straight up. We're gonna go left. Oops. Left there. Oh god. I'm screwing this all up. You really just need to jump fast here. So straight up. Left. Left. And short, tight jumps. And that's kind of how you can make it through there without taking any damage or minimal damage. So you really just need to get a really good grasp of your jumping. Like that. If you find you're going a little bit too slow, you can stop to wait. But again, you're going to start hemorrhaging time the more you have to do that. So let's say here I go that way, I'm going to get hit by all of this stuff. If you have full health, you can still take the damage and get through it fairly quickly, but you're going to lose a lot of health. So let's say I go right here, and I get hit there, and hit there. And then we're going to get to the top of this screen. Okay, getting hit on the last one, not a big deal. Okay, so we're at the top of the lasers now. So for all of these screen transitions here, you can kind of hop through them. So run to the right, just do short little hops. And you can kind of hop through the screen transition. If you want, pick up your health refill on one of these guys, like I just did there. If you need the health going into dragons. If you have too many orbs, you can kind of damage boost through everything. There's usually a guy here as well, but I despawned him by keeping that last guy on screen a bit longer. So we'll damage boost through him. Damage boost through him, and this guy should be despawned. And then we go down here to the elevator. So again, so you can do one of two things. You can refill your health and orbs here. I would try and do it off that guy. You know, if you don't have enough orbs, you can do that guy if you kill him. And then this guy will be here. And you can do him. This part's kind of personal preference. If you feel you need the health going into the final bosses, refill it here. World record route doesn't refill here. You probably could, but I find it better to refill off the dragons. So that's what I'm gonna set up my save state for now. Oops. What does damage boost through these guys? So there's my 2, this guy's despawned, we can just go here, and then we can get onto the elevator. And I'll save state at the top of the elevator. And I deliberately chose to have the 9 kick for this to showcase a couple of different things. So if you got 9 kick earlier in the stage, preserve it all the way to the end. Because that's going to be the close enough to the fastest way to do this. So if you're doing that route, what you're going to do is you're going to kick this dragon before he's active. And you're going to kick him 5 times like that. I apparently would get my refill here or on the next guy. If you have 7 kick or any other kick weapon other than this one, kick him to deactivate his hitbox, and then 3 quick specials. And that's the fastest way to kill him. So kick him to deactivate his hitbox. 1, 2, 3, and then away you go. And then you're going to be hoping and praying for a drop off of this guy. That one was a 7 kick, that's bad. So let's pretend I have 7 kick. Kick him to deactivate the hitbox, hold up. 3 quick ones, away you go. Kick that guy, oh no, I got 7 kick again. Bad RNG. But we can mitigate that. And this is why I keep 1 charge shot. So kick him. 1, 2, 3, hold charge. Come down here. And then, I'm just gotta pull up my pointer here for a second. And then right on this line, right here, right on that black line, you're gonna do a full jump. And when you land from your full jump, you're gonna release your charge shot. This might not work because of my pause, but like that. So what that does is it hits the frog on the first possible frame, and that always drops the best weapon to have for the boss here. So my pointer's in the middle of the screen, but it'll line up here. So we're going to kick him. 1, 2, 3, hold to charge. Jump there. As soon as you land... Oop, I released it a bit late there. The moment you land, or maybe even right before you land, shoot it. Like that. So maybe even a little bit before that black line, but that black line is my reference point. So maybe just a tiny bit before it. Kick him to deactivate. Hold the charge. Yeah, so it's actually a better visual is actually probably halfway through that block. That's just kind of where I'm looking, I guess. So basically right where I am right now, do a full jump. Full jump while holding right. This is going to be really hard to do from a pause, but let's try it. Like that. The whole idea behind this setup is to hit the frog on the first possible frame. So if you find a better setup for yourself, do it. The entire idea is hit him on the first possible frame. The issue with the way that I do this is you don't jump through the screen transitions, and you get stuck on the ground for a little bit. So you do waste a little bit of time, but you gain it all back by always having the best weapon for the boss. So you could try this, but I find that setup it's just a little bit more going on. You can try it from back here too. Yeah, and I just find it's a little bit more going on to get through these guys optimally and still get that shot. So that's why I choose to take a little bit of time delay here. I mean, I kind of got lucky there, but that's the idea, is hit him on the first possible frame. I'll get the pointer out of the way here. Hit him on the first possible frame, and you'll always get this weapon drop. So you should never lose runs to RNG here. Which was a big point. So if you have the 9-kick weapon, and you don't want to go for that manip, you want to save as much time as possible, you can just skip right past that frog. This guy always drops health, so you don't need him. And actually, if you have the 9-kick weapon, what you can do then is Hadouken this guy. Oh, I should have taken the refill there. So you'd want to Hadouken him in the middle, I guess. Which saves an attack over just kicking him down. I missed. Just make sure you grab that orb. And then you can Hadouken the next two as well, from full health. Which in theory would be faster than just kicking him down. But it's not a huge time save, so... So you can do that. You have the weapon you need, so you don't have to worry about the RNG at all here. And then you can just go through the rest of this like normal. So I'll show you what happens if you don't kick the dragon. If you don't kick the dragon, his hitbox is still active, and you just die. But for some reason, kicking him deactivates the hitbox. And then you can just kick him and away you go. You can jump straight through the transition after that. Now, because of my orb route, I need to collect one of these orbs. I mean, that guy was health. I probably could have picked his thing up. So we'll collect that one, because we need full orbs going into the boss. But ideally what you're going to do is you're going to come in here with some kind of a sub-weapon, kick him, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, charge your shot, manipulate that drop. You're going to have to kick one of these guys down. Don't need the health there anymore, so we can just hop right past him. And then we can Hadouken this guy. And then hop right through. And now we're perfectly set for the best possible RNG on the boss. So let's try that again. So kick him to deactivate it. 1, 2, 3. So I can only use one Hadouken now. So I'll use it here. Like that. I don't need any health because I'm gonna... Well, I probably should have, but we're fine. So I gotta kick this guy down. Hop right through. We're gonna get health and orb refill. So that guy only refills 2 orbs and I think 3 health. So you can only use 2 specials going into this. There you go. I mean, that works too, I guess. If you can, I mean, you can try and avoid this orb here, but I find it makes the lineup for the frog a lot more difficult. And that worked, I guess. But now we can't use a Hadouken here, so like it's kind of a moot point. Ideally, you'd want to be able to special kick the first guy down, and then use a Hadouken on each of the next guys. So if you're not going for this manipulation here... Oop, I guess... If you're not going for the manipulation, you can just kick them and hope and pray. But so we'll use a Hadouken here. Now we can't use the Hadouken here. I should have grabbed that orb. But that's the general idea. Those are the 3 ways that you can kill the dragon. 3 specials, 5 kicks, or 1 Hadouken and a kick. There's my drop again. Or sorry, 1 Hadouken and 3 kicks. Obviously the 3 specials is the fastest, but you can only use it on the first guy. So we'll do it here. There we go. So we got our 9 kick now. We'll kill this guy. Now we've got full orbs and full life, so we don't need him. We'll Hadouken down this last guy. Oops. I forgot to charge it, but that's fine. We get 2 orb refill and 3 health refill here. And then we go into the final boss. And if you have 9 kick, this guy is free. If for some reason you got the 7 kick, so the boss has, what does he have? He has 21 health. No, sorry, he has 31 health. You're going to do 10 damage with your Hadouken power-ups. And then you're going to do 2 damage with each one of the kicks that you do. So if you have 9 kick going into this, you're going to do 18 damage with your special attack. You're going to do 10 damage with your Hadoukens. So that's 28. So you only need to hit him with a regular attack 3 times. If you have the 7 kick, either the up kick or the twirly 7 kick, you have to hit him 7 times with a regular attack in order to kill him. So this is why 9 kick is so important. So 1, 2, 3, and then it's just timing out special attacks, standing in the corner, and away you go. So what I do is, as soon as he's active up here, I jump and kick him to get an early kick, and then punch, and then move into the corner. And then when he's jumping, you kind of get a feel for when his iframes are done. But on that short jump, it's a little bit after he lands, and on all these big jumps, it's the moment he lands, pretty much. So you kind of get a feel for it. And as soon as you do your 9-1, come out here, start charging. Come out here, turn around, release your Hadoukens. And you'll die on the last Hadouken. Oh, I missed him. Whatever. If you miss him, you kind of just have to chase him around a little bit. But, so, 1, 2, 3. A little after he landed. Big jump, so right when he lands. Right when he lands. Little jump, so a little bit after. A little bit after. A little bit after. That's kind of like a medium jump. And then start... Oop! Oh no, I missed. So I need 2 more hits. Start charging immediately. Come out roughly about here. And kind of the same thing, like, you kind of get a feel for it, but basically once he lands, release the Hadouken. So let's try and do that ideally. If you miss one of your special attacks, you have to kick him with a normal attack twice to get back on cycle. And actually what I do is I'll kind of jump with him and then do this kick so that my kicking animation stays out longer and it makes it easier to hit. So basically, as he lands, you want to be kicking. Kind of the same general timing as what you were doing before. But you just gotta have to time it for when you're about to land, and then you throw out your kick. So you can either time it so that you do all of your kicks, or in which case you would need to do 21 regular attacks, or you can just wait until they turn blue if you lose count. But ideally it's 1, 2, 3, and then 9 of these. So I just need to focus here. And then on the 9th one, charge up, run out to basically this skull, and then the same thing, like as he's landing, release your Hadouken, and you'll hit him first possible-ish frame every time. Then jump through the transition, jump through the transition. And I don't know if this saves time or not, but what I do is I do a full jump from here, and then hug the top right corner. I don't fully understand how this screen transition works. But like that felt slower, but I've never timed it. I just find this is fun. You could also try going down, but that felt slow. Yeah, that was weird. So yeah, definitely top right seems to be the fastest. Actually, let's time it. I've never actually timed this, so I'm curious. So let's go here, and we'll time from movement. I'm kind of going to the music there. So that was just shy of 7 seconds. And then we'll go to the bottom of the screen. Yeah, so it's about we'll call it a half-second difference. But it's a tiny little time save. So go hold basically diagonal upright. Pull my splits up again, because I don't like having a giant empty page. Okay, so you're going to do that, and then you're going to start up this boss fight. And you're going to move forward, and once he starts glowing, charge and release Hadouken so you hit him as soon as you can. And then you always want to punch and then charge your Hadouken off of the punch. So we're going to charge our Hadouken here. Whoa, okay, that's bad. If you get bodied like that, you really have to play it safe. So you want to do your 3 charge shots, and then really just stand right up against his face and spam attacks. That's all it is. So charge shot. Oh, these are really bad. That was really bad mashing. I actually find the kick attacks faster, but sometimes it just doesn't line up nicely. Okay, so I hit him, Hadouken him, wait for him to hit me, charge that up, and then just spam attacks. And then timing stops when he explodes. So you kind of get a feel for this after a while. Ooh, that was bad. Oh no! No, that didn't save. So you can't die on the same frame. And you kind of need to learn your Hadouken timing as well. It doesn't take that long to charge it. So like here, for example, I'm going to charge it there. As soon as I get hit, I'm going to hit him again and then start charging. And you don't have to hold it that long to charge. So you can get a lot of hits in really quickly. This is good. There we go. So that's an ideal boss fight. That's kind of how it should go. But really, in this section of the game, the only thing you need to be worried about... let's do the laser climb. I don't know what this is set up for. Okay, so we're at 28. Oh, this is perfect. At this section in the game, once you get past here, you need to manage your health for what you feel your skill level is. So if you want to take your refill here, totally fine. Do it. So like take your refill there. I don't have a sub-weapon, so I need to do the manipulation. and I can't get the quick kill on him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick the dragon, I'm going to duck and kick 5 times, and I'm going to charge up a Hadouken and I'm going to release it to get the 9 kick. So we're going to kick him, stand in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, charge up, jump and hit him on the first possible frame. My health isn't great here, so I'm actually going to be a little bit careful here. We're going to make sure we get this guy's health. Health is better now. I'm going to Hadouken this guy. I'm going to jump through backwards. We're going to get pretty much full refilled. We're missing 1 health. We should be fine. But we got the 9 kick, and that's the important part. We're going to come up here, jump and hit him, punch him in the face, line ourselves up to him one more time, and we're just going to time our kicks so that we don't get hit, and we can hit him on close enough to the first possible frame. We got 1 more. So at the end of that one, we start charging, run out here, turn around, throw your Hadouken. This girl, I think, gives us 3 health and then our 3 orbs. So now we're set up for the final boss. I'm gonna do a big jump right about here. Get fairly close, release it. Stay in his face, spam attacks, and you should be good. So that's generally stage 5. The really important parts is getting through the dark section effectively, riding on the conveyor as long as possible, and having 9 kick going into that final boss fight. All the other manipulations you can kind of deal with as you please. But so I'll do... This is a really important level in the run. Incredibly important. So I'm going to go through the whole thing one more time. So we don't have a sub-weapon here yet. And I'm going to go through this ideally. So close kick, a couple of steps more, big jump, and then you're up. If you need the health, right where the frog lands initially is a platform. You can jump up there, you can use that as a visual cue. Kick him really close so he doesn't hit you. Big jump. As soon as the frog lands, another big jump. Try and get up here as fast as possible, don't fall down. Ride the conveyor as long as possible. Punch him early. Stay on the conveyors as long as possible. Punch him as well if you need to. We're going to pretend I've got a bad sub-weapon here. Get down on this conveyor. I'm going to kick him in the face just because I can. I'm going to jump up to this one. Small hop. Away we go. This is the auto-scroller. There's 6 orbs to pick up here. I have 24 orbs. So I'm going to pick up 3. So that I'm at 27. So I'll do those 2 at the beginning. I find everything else... Ew, wow. Everything else in here is pretty easy to dodge once you know where they are. It's fine if you don't have full health coming into here because you're going to get a health drop in a second here, right here. So he'll always give a health drop. I'll wait for him to go by. We'll jump over this guy. I have too many orbs for if I was doing world record route, but we'll just pretend that I only have one charge shot here. Kill him, so we have 27 now, run to the edge, hold A, short jump, learn this pattern so you can get up as fast as possible. Left, left, away you go. Jump through the transition. So I got 28 orbs now. So I'm actually going to damage boost through that guy. So this guy's despawned. We're going to wait for a little while for the elevator to go up. So at this point I should only have one charge shot. So I'm not going to use that to kill the dragon. I'm going to use 3 special kicks to kill the dragon. And then I'm going to collect... I'll collect the one dragon's orb. I'm going to collect them both. So 1, 2, 3, start charging. Come down here, jump. Like that. Now I've got full 9 kick. I shouldn't have any orbs at this point, so I'm going to jump up here. There we go. Now I've got my refill. I can completely skip that frog. I'm going to use one Hadouken on this guy. Like that. Jump through it. He's going to refill everything. Long run to the final boss. And this is where the orb routing comes in. You need to kind of know how many enemies are on a screen and where to refill your orbs for your playstyle. Jump, kick, punch, time your kick, and then it's just timing kicks from here. Once you get to this point, you're pretty much free and clear for the rest of this boss, unless you miss an attack. Okay, so one more. And I start charging immediately on that, so I can run out here, turn around, and throw my Hadouken. Run to the edge of the screen, hop through, same thing here. Full jump right about here. Kind of missed it, but that's fine. Charge a shot, get up close. Okay, my health is actually an issue here. We might die, so we might have to dodge. There we go. Probably could have done that without dodging, but worth it. Worth it just to not die. And that's kind of stage 5. That's the hardest level to learn in my opinion, and there's a lot of easy ways to lose time. But you shouldn't lose runs to RNG anymore if you manipulate the 9 kick drop at the end. And then the rest of it is just learning your visual cues and keeping your orb counter together. So hopefully that helped.